Spitwads, we have a great, dare I say, super great episode of the show today. Why? Because Mike gives us a little TMI on his personal TP technique. Which that's why you
may have done that.
Yeah, that's why you listen to podcasts. And you hear what has Jason shouting, "Ruined it!" as he invades people's personal space. There's a lot of fun stuff on today's show, including a draft of the best sports movies. Enjoy.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
I ended up in a weird place.
You're out of breath?
Yeah, it was much harder to do a Satchmo than I first anticipated.
Welcome, yes.
So shout out to Satchmo.
I did this a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm going Louis.
The thing is last time we had a show, you got mad at me for going quote unquote chalk. You thought that I went a little more default or was playing the repeat. Look, there are two sides to that coin.
Yes.
And you just saw the other side of it.
Look, clearly Satchmo has 4 lungs. Because
you ran out of gas
There's
quick.
no possible way to explain that he could do that.
Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast. Excited to have you here. We have Would You Rather? That's a great question. And another draft on the show today. It should be entertaining. Twitter, you can find us at SpitballersPod. We're on Instagram, the website, SpitballersPod.com. You heard at the top. We do have an official Patreon page with some perks.
Hoo-ha!
And many of you now.
Zibbity-doo-dah.
Jason hasn't said anything yet. How you doing, Jay?
He still has
No, I'm doing great.
Phew.
I'm here's a little insight, peel back the curtain. I'm cutting out caffeine. And so what I find is that sucks.
You've done that for a while now, right?
Yeah, I haven't had much caffeine.
How long has it been?
So it's been like a week. So I'm past like the
You're to the point where you should be acclimating.
I'm to the point where I should be like, okay, this is fine now. But instead, I'm like, this is boring, and I'm tired.
I was going to say, you acclimating does not mean that you go into a state where, it's like I had a cup of coffee, only I didn't.
But that's
like
what I was after.
That doesn't make sense.
That's 100% what I was after. I'm like, maybe if I cut out caffeine, I'll have more energy.
No.
because my body won't be like
you have been less sweaty.
Needing caffeine.
100%.
Oh, well, that's great. Look, one out of 2 is not bad.
That's true.
That's quite the decision you'll have to make.
Yeah, is it worth sweating to be alive?
Right.
Or is it better to
not every man truly lives?
Yes, exactly. So I plan to sleep through this episode.
All right.
Well, Mike and I have it on lockdown. Satchmo. Got it figured out. All right, let's get going.
Would you rather?
All right, Randy. Randy wrote in from the website. You're walking down the street and you get mugged.
It sounded like the way that you started that was like a little rap ditty. You're walking down the street and you get mugged. I can't wait to hear the second part.
Would you rather give
It's going to be about
the
a hug.
mugger
a gigantic hug?
What is that word, Mr. Borland? Because I can't keep reading it.
Would you rather give the mugger wither your
Yeah, let's pretend that
Cool.
word's not there.
Nice editing.
Would you like to give the mugger your wallet with
Wither
your cash and cards, or would you rather give him your phone?
henceforth. All right, so your wallet with your cash and cards or your phone.
What would you rather lose is the question.
That's a really good question because I don't want to go cancel all my cards.
Yeah, this is a time or money.
Right. But then it's
Without the phone, you can't call anybody and let them know you got mugged.
man.
I mean,
honestly,
what can they do, though? Do you call the cops and they just, yeah, I've been mugged. And they're like, I'm sorry. Like, what? I mean, what else happens?
Like,
I mean,
and
you would like what?
you're okay?
Did you catch them? That's what they'll ask me.
Right.
No, I did not catch them. Okay.
Did you
go get a new
happen to-
phone?
Did you happen to have any kind of heirloom and or tracking device that we can find this.
The phone?
It's just right. So
Maybe.
you can find them if you lose your phone.
that's a poor mugger if they
I would
take
rather
someone's phone and don't immediately
take my
turn it
phone.
off.
Take my phone. I don't want to get a new driver's license. I don't want to get a new Costco card. I don't want to get a new credit card.
Oh man, that Costco.
I don't want to get a new
give you the
library card.
They give you the business at Costco for everything.
Yeah,
So
they'll just shut my phone down and I'll get a new one.
This is great timing on this. My wife lost her phone, kind of. Literally
Kind of?
Yes, so we went to the
Just the bottom half.
Yeah, so you found 50% of the phone.
right. The top she broke it in half and she's like, "Where's that bottom?" No, so we went out to eat at the Social last night. They closed a little early at 9, and so
Not sure why the name drop
Yeah,
is there,
what
but
was
go
that?
ahead.
What is this place?
it's
The
just
Social.
It's a restaurant. So I'm just sharing my life with everybody. So
Yeah.
here's the thing: we go out.
Look, we were at Ruth's Chris.
Yeah,
I had a nice Chianti.
Social-
Rockefeller was there.
The Social's just a really normal place.
The Monopoly man showed up.
He's
It
got-
was
he's
very
being sponsored.
Very bougie.
So not a sponsor. Anyway, so we leave and we go see Spider-Man.
What is happening right now?
Not a movie.
Not
All
a-
right.
not-
Got it.
Also not a sponsor.
Oh, we went to the red carpet premiere of
We-
Spider-Man.
In our
all right.
Toyota Corolla.
Listen.
I
That's
hung
hell.
out with Tom.
All right. Go
you
ahead.
two do the
Go
show.
ahead.
You
Go
guys
ahead.
go. So here's the thing. The reason that I said the Social specifically is because they close early at 9. We go to see this show, and they have this extremely stupid thing they do where they're just not open on Mondays. They just
They
decided
close at 9 and they're not open on Mondays.
they are not open on Mondays. You want to go to dinner on a Monday? No. They
This
just
must
said
be like the coolest place ever.
it is actually pretty swanky inside. But the point here
Very good
is
food.
when we got to the movie, Tiff realized, oh, I don't have my phone. She left it at the restaurant,
Oh, so now you're shut down till till Tuesday.
exactly, and
Oh.
it's not a problem.
Huh.
Like
For you, because you have your phone.
right, because I've got no, but like if you've got an iPad or
Would you rather them take your wallet, your phone,
Or your
wife's phone?
wife's phone, but like we're realizing like she can make phone calls, she can
With
get
her
text
iPad?
messages, from Wi-Fi iPad at home. So it's like we can lock down the phone from distance. So I'm saying
You can borrow your butler's phone at any time.
yes. Now you understand the plight that
Yes.
we're in.
Mike, do you have a different opinion, or are you going phone as well?
I probably
Getting a new license means
on
I'm
the
going to
phone.
the DMV, and that is just the end of that story.
I think this question gets a lot more interesting if we're pre-iCloud. Like, you're losing photos, you're losing contacts,
Right, so
back
like
in the
if-
day before
okay,
they
so
were backed up.
so the
someone
question
has
is,
stolen my
it's
flip phone.
It's 1999, and you're walking
It was
down
not
the
that long
street.
ago that you would lose all your
It's
data
ironic
because
because if they chose the wallet in 1999, you probably had pictures in your wallet
Yeah.
you were losing too.
They took my LG with my 1.2 megapixel camera.
I need those grainy
My
pictures.
Casio XL calculator
Oh, I got
organizer.
I got some Snake to play.
I think we've exhausted
And the truth is,
ourselves here.
the truth is, a lot of times when you lose your phone, or in this case, it's not your fault. You got mugged.
Yeah.
So now, treat yourself.
Whoa.
Go get a new phone. Get the nicest, newest model. This is actually a great thing that happened to you.
Yeah,
They
that's
left
why
you
I burn my house down once a year to build a new, nicer, upgraded model.
on insurance.
All right, would you rather re-gift?
You've just
You just
outed us,
indicted me
Jason.
as an insurance fraud. Would you rather re-gift every present you receive back to the person who gave it to you,
Whoops.
or attempt to stick your finger in the mouth of every person you catch yawning?
Oh my goodness. There was a long part of my life where my wife thought it was hilarious to do that.
When
Oh,
you yawned?
Yes.
And she'd stick her finger in
Yes.
your mouth?
I do this
Yeah, you
to my wife.
You people are monsters.
I've
Yes,
literally never heard anybody doing this.
because you're
before.
hanging out with good company.
It's the best. It is absolutely. And I say every time I go, ruined it. It's true.
You ruined it?
Yes.
So not only do you jab them in the mouth, possibly gagging this person,
Well, I'm not trying to touch the tonsils.
ruined it.
I'm just trying.
choked you to death.
But it's true. Look, this is the wife show right here. No, every time that my wife yawns, she's getting a finger in the mouth.
Does she
And
do it
it's-
back?
No, that would be awful.
Maybe I learned, ironically today that we're recording this is my anniversary.
Oh,
And I learned on year 1, month 1, that there are things I just don't mess around with. And
I know
I've
the
told this story, but it's like I put my finger in a chocolate chip cookie that she had bought from a store because I thought it'd be real funny. In fact, Jason, when I was with you on one of our tours,
just recently,
this was a few days ago.
Yes.
a wonderful, probably the best fan we've ever had because they brought me a Hostess apple pie.
Which, if you don't know Jason, then if you do know Jason, you know he loves Hostess apple pies.
Yes.
They are his lifeblood.
Someone gave me
20%
one.
of his body composition.
And I leaned over in a humorous fashion and
ruined it.
stuffed my finger right through the apple pie.
Yes.
Which, 1, made my finger taste delicious, and 2, ruined his pie, which also he ate it, so it didn't ruin it.
No, it was still
But I did
very
that,
delicious.
I did that to my wife. She freaked out. So I never even entered my mind that I could be ruining her yawns. What a treat.
It's a very unpleasant feeling when you are
Because what can you do?
You're mid yawn and you didn't get to the release point.
It's the worst. She has done it to me.
It's awful.
And
So this is only, you don't run across the room and dive for these, do you?
So
I mean, this is only convenience.
it's only convenience.
In the
It's-
car?
Oh, that's the number one place. I mean, the number one place.
While
is the
they're
car.
driving?
Driving. Well, sure, but I'm usually the one driving if we're
Okay.
together, and she'll be, dozing off, getting sleepy in the passenger seat. I see that yawn starting. I'm like, "Blow! Ruined it."
Wow.
I am the worst, and
So
I understand that.
In terms of regifting, if you have to regift right back to them, what is the time limit here? And does it matter?
I would say 1 year. That way, it's
Oh, that's
long
gross.
enough. It's long enough where
It's
it
long enough to
seems
where-
like you
Yes.
forgot.
They think you're trying to get away with it.
100%. Like, wait a minute. But is it
Either of
also
you guys want a rocking chair?
Sure. I'll take a rocking chair.
Dang it!
Is
Just give me really nice gifts.
it possible that that's long enough that the person forgets?
If
Yeah.
it's something very generic, maybe. If it's something everybody wants, you're in good shape. You're
now,
fine.
Here's how
This
you
would be
could
a
get
great
away.
friend.
Here's how you could get away with it. Just I loved the one you got me so much that I knew you would love it.
And then what happens the 10th time you've done that?
They start getting you whatever they want.
Yeah.
Right? Like then you're training
Yeah,
them to
that's
get
a great
you,
friend.
Well, they are technically buying their own gift
Right.
because you're not even buying them a new one. You're just repackaging it.
That's actually
It's not that
Well,
embarrassing.
Could be the old model then.
I'm not sticking
if
my
we're a
finger
year
in people's
out-
mouths.
Like, I'm not very happy that you gave me last year's model.
Now, it's a very different thing between putting my finger in the mouth of everyone I see yawn versus like my wife. Because my wife and I, we just play pranks on each other nonstop. This is the unfortunate and fortunate part of our glorious marriage. There's no chance I could walk by any body of water clothed with phone and not try to be shoved into it. You know what I mean? Like this is our marriage. But if I'm in an elevator with strangers
people.
and they yawn,
And
I'm
you have
not-
to
I
stick your
can't-
finger in
I
their
can't
mouth.
do that.
I'm
That's an
imagining-
impractical jokers type of thing.
I'm imagining you just skipping rampant through New York City.
Stuffing the finger.
ruined it.
You'll be dead. All right, I'll go with the. I'd rather do the
re-gift.
regifting.
You can at least spin it.
All right.
You can't spin poking a stranger in the throat.
There's no spin for that. That's just. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that there was. I mean, what do you even say?
I'm sorry. I thought I knew you.
If it was
And if I knew you, I'm still an animal.
if it was just people that I did know though, not just everyone that I ever see yawning, or it's just like of all your friends that yawn, I'd take it.
Did you ever
All
see there was an impractical Joker's punishment where he had to close people's laptops inside of a coffee shop for as long, and sometimes it would be the same person, and he had to come up with a reason why he did it over and over again, and it was just like, you just have no excuse for your behavior.
That's good. It's still not inside their mouth.
Nope.
That's
Nope.
that's the problem.
That's a very private area.
Inside of my tonsils. I keep them to myself. Yao Tao from Twitter writes in, would you rather fart every time you enter an elevator or smell someone's fart every time you enter an elevator?
Oh gosh, you have to be the one that dealt it. I don't want to be. There's
a level of control in that situation. I would
Yes.
begin to position. I would work on the volume
Look,
situation.
if you remember, I mean, we've done two different smells. We've done two different smells drafts.
Is that
right?
you?
Best smells and worst smells.
Yes.
My fart's on the best smells.
Right.
Other people's farts on the worst smells.
So it's easy for you.
I'm not smelling other people's farts in an elevator. It's
The worst is if
awful.
it's one other person in
One
either
stranger?
situation. Because if it's one stranger and you walk in, you contribute, they know it's you, and you stand there. And honestly, there has to be a point that a
Or-
fart smells so bad that the person has an obligation to say something.
Or you walk in, you let it rip, and then you, bro, come on,
Get out of here.
just so overt that you actually convince them
That
that
they
they
had-
were the tutor.
That's a way to go.
Oh, come on.
What if you step on, get
or-
off, step right off if
There
they're the
you
fart?
go. You come on, rip one,
Oh,
leave.
I forgot something in my room.
Yeah.
But then the next, you're still going to do it again because it's every time you're in an elevator.
Oh, yeah, but you just keep doing it until you're alone. And then it's like, this is mine now.
So let's
But isn't that worse? Like, then you get hit the next floor, and the door opens, and someone walks on. It's just you in there, and it smells like farts.
Just imagine someone, like a full elevator, someone walks up, hits the very next floor so they can just get out.
Yes.
Like, how funny would that be?
I've got a friend on this floor. No, you don't.
They just,
I just remembered. I meant the 12th floor,
they
not
just
the lobby.
Buddy the elf hit all of the buttons. Just get me out of here.
All right, let's jump into another segment.
Spitwatts, cryptocurrency, that word, it might terrify you, it might annoy you, but you may just not know what is going on because it can feel like a secret club. It's exclusive. But Coinbase, they believe that everyone everywhere should be able to get in the door, whether you've been trading for years or just getting started. Coinbase can help. They offer a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management, protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. I have a Coinbase account. That was my introduction to the cryptocurrency world. And like they're saying in this read here, I was like, what is going on with all of this crypto stuff? I want to know that people are investing, and it's a lot. And Coinbase, they really simplify it. They make it an easy, painless process, and you can get up to speed in the crypto world. And for a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at Coinbase.com/ballers. Sign up at Coinbase.com/ballers for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's Coinbase.com/ballers.
That's a great question.
All right, Eric writes in from the website. I have walked out into the balcony of my apartment in the dead of night to get a breath of fresh air. I shut the sliding glass door behind me and have now realized I locked myself out. I'm only in my undies. How do I possibly get back into my apartment without making an embarrassment of myself?
Wow.
As in, so if Eric lives by himself,
Which I think we have to assume he does.
then what are you talking about, bro? Why are you asking us if it is done? It's done. You're embarrassed because you.
You're saying there's no way that he can get back in without being embarrassed.
Because if he's then, well, it depends
I
on
think
the
you're wrong.
undies. Oh my goodness! Oh please,
Look,
please let me know how you're going to talk to your landlord
In your boxers.
I'm not.
after you shimmy down the side
Better
of a
yet,
building.
Oh,
you're
no.
in whitey tidies.
I'm gonna. Yeah, sure. Of course you are, because that would be the best. No, I mean, look, if this is really about the embarrassment, I assume that there is something on your balcony. It's not just an empty balcony. Maybe you've got like a seat or a rock.
Are you going to break the window?
Look, if the embarrassment is what matters, you break in. You want to know what you tell your landlord? Someone tried to break in. I was in my underwear.
Sir, we live on the 15th floor.
When we were traveling
There's
the
no
other
way
day,
they did that.
I came into my room and I realized I needed to grab something, and I threw my wallet down on the counter and realized, and it was like late at night, and I realized I was so close to locking myself out of. I was like barefoot, and I wasn't in my underwear.
Oh, how embarrassing.
But no, like if you are stuck outside of your hotel room and you got to go down, the elevator and talk to the front desk again in your, in a t-shirt with no shoes
But
on.
this person is on their balcony. So
Right.
they are elevated. They're at least
You got no phone.
they're at least on the second floor
it
minimum.
Seems like
There's
they
nothing you
have a
can do.
phone because they've written in.
Right.
So I'm going to assume that they've done that from their mobile device. They're out there and they're stuck. And
But
they're
you're on
saying,
your
"Help,
balcony.
Help.
Yeah, and your options are climbing down, or maybe you try and break in, but now you got shards of glass. They're in their underwear, and I don't know if you know this, Jay. Breaking glass in real life is very different than a movie. It's, in fact, incredibly dangerous to have shards of glass everywhere when you don't have shoes on.
I am aware of that.
Or pants.
However, I'm pretty confident that these, sliding balcony doors
Tiger roll.
are the nice, the tempered glass that shatters and is kind of like safety breakaway glass. Like that's usually like
Would you say you have a better chance of landing that airplane from a few episodes back or getting through this broken glass door?
Man, I'm really good at airplane flying.
It's true. I've heard.
I mean, you're just stuck. I mean,
Well,
you're just stuck
that's
in
what
this
I said.
situation.
So now-
how does it lock behind you? Do they have sliding glass doors that lock behind you? This guy, I think it's just made up. I don't think this
Wait
is
a
real.
minute. Eric pulled the wool over our eyes.
Okay, so you
Liar.
you climb down, you shimmy down.
Yeah, you can either climb down or you have to wait for a neighbor to come out on their balcony
So-
and go, hey, Joe.
What is the story so that you're embarrassed the least? What do you say? You don't just say, "Oh, I got locked down in
I got
Mandy's
mugged.
again." You got mugged?
Yes.
Oh, because there you go. They don't know where you're coming from.
Right.
All I
Absolutely.
can see is Michael Keaton from Birdman in his whitey tighties running through the streets.
Let me tell you what.
The mugged one's a good idea.
It doesn't end well for Michael Keaton walking around in his underwear.
No, it doesn't. All right. James.
Good luck, Eric.
James sent in a question. You are a burglar.
What
Wow,
is
this
going
is just,
on with all the muggings?
This is a show about safety
Yeah,
and what to do in dangerous situations.
well, sometimes look, we've had situations where you are mugged. In this situation, we want to be fair to the burglar side.
Okay.
So in this
it's
situation,
an underrepresented demo.
you are the burglar.
We don't
okay?
want them to like if people are listening, they're like,
They have
they disrespect my
craft?
occupation, my craft.
my occupation.
So look,
my
burglars.
occupation.
Burglars,
What's your
we're-
occupation?
We're here
Burgling.
for you.
You might want to finish the question before you pay too much respect to the burglars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, all right.
You are a burglar. But instead of stealing anything, every time you break into someone's house, you just do something that mildly inconveniences the homeowners. What do you choose to do?
I know what I'm going with.
What's that?
Hiding their keys.
Oh, you're the one. You're the one breaking into my house, hiding my keys all the time. Dang it, Mike.
I have outed myself.
This is
Yes.
the worst.
Yeah, so because the lost
It's
keys in the
the
morning.
worst.
I guess
How
it's
do
a
you
little
lose-
more than
I'm going to be
mild.
honest. How do you lose your keys?
Very easily.
We know how because when he walks in, he just goes, just throws his empties his
Goodness.
pockets and throws stuff.
Yes,
I've
so
never lost my keys.
I've got my normal places that I put my keys.
How many spots?
Wallet, phone, probably 17 or 18 spots. So I know it's going to be in one of those 17 or 18 spots. The problem is usually what happens is sometimes somebody puts something over them. It's like, a bag, a purse went right on them. It's still one of my 17 spots, but I've got so many spots to look that by the time, I can't lift everything. And so, but here's where it sucks the most. Appointments, right? Like I'm getting ready for the gym in the morning. We got a trainer. I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to finally be on time. I woke up, I did the work, and now I'm ready to run out the door. It's like, I can't leave. Where are my keys? And then I'm 10, 15 minutes late texting my trainer being like, I want to come, but I don't know where my
happens
keys
every
are.
single time, though.
Well, Mike has been hiding my keys
You should
on
put
the
them
reg.
in one spot. and you'll be okay. I will do something that will take me a little while, and I will be exchanging all of the cereals and mixing them up in the boxes.
Ooh.
So that when they go for their cereal in the morning,
Wait,
the Lucky Charms are in the Honey Bunches of Oats
So you're
box.
going with a complete, or are you
Complete swaps.
mixing?
No, I'm not. Oh, that's even better. Just mix them all together so all 12 boxes have the same exact
The same
mixed
mixture.
cereal.
Hold on. Who has 12 boxes of You have 12 boxes of cereal?
Oh, our house does as well. I mean,
Are you kidding?
It's the only
Okay, Al
indulgence.
Borland, please tell me I'm not the crazy person here.
Yeah, we got one, maybe two.
Okay,
at a
thank
time.
Yeah,
you.
that's silly and stupid. Look, we
You have 12
my
boxes?
my family, very we grew up. We didn't get everything we wanted. It was a conservative, like spending household. We ate out once a month. We got soda once a month. Like it was, meals were made at home. The only indulgence, and I don't know why, from day one, we had 20 boxes of cereal.
Do you want to know why you
Every
could only go out to
sing-
eat once a month? Because you wasted all your money on cereal.
No, this is one of the misconceptions, Mike. Just because you have 20 boxes doesn't mean you eat cereal 20 times as fast. It costs the same amount of money whether you buy 10 boxes now and slowly eat each one with variety, or you buy one box now and we're going to have our oats this morning and that's it.
I would say math checks out, but let's be honest. When you've got that much cereal, you're
eating
a lot
cereal all the
more
time.
Cereal.
People loved spending the night at my house because I had the treasure trove of sugar cereals, regular cereals, cereals you never heard of, all the variants, all the insert cards.
I don't think it's a joke to say I believe legitimately we have 12 boxes of cereal. I'm going to count tonight when I'm at home.
How
but-
do you have room for
I have
12
at least
boxes?
12.
Oh, we have 2 shelves. 2 of our shelves in our pantry are cereal shelves.
Cereal's delicious, Mike.
I'm not going to argue with the fact that it's
Wouldn't
delicious.
you rather come out in the morning and choose from? Let's just be smart here. Let's just give you 5 boxes,
Okay.
and you get to choose that morning. Why do you
Sure.
want one to force yourself
But
into?
here's the thing. 5 sounds somewhat reasonable. You gave me a number that is literally over double that amount.
We had 20.
And now you're trying to sound
We
like
had
the
20.
rational person.
That's correct. That is correct.
Well, what if you just have 5? I still have 12. But what if you had 5?
Look, not everybody gets to eat at the social. Okay, some of us have to indulge in other
Well,
ways.
the nice thing is we leave stuff there, so we have to go back.
Yes. All right, last question. I do want to ask it. Brendan from the website. It's a simple question just for you. Have you ever had to use only one square of toilet paper before?
I have.
Yeah, everyone
And I
has.
pulled it off.
Was it a multiply? It had to have been a multiply.
Oh, yeah, you
Did
can't-
you separate
Multiply.
the plies?
No.
Okay.
Multiply.
Nope. I have a very distinct technique that I probably should not get into on this.
It's a fold.
Wow.
It's a fold situation.
All right, so we're getting into it.
Wow.
Yes, we are. The question was asked.
So here's the thing. Look, it's not going to work in every situation because we've all been to a place, a time of our lives where if you have one sheet of toilet paper, it's not going to get done.
No.
But sometimes there are, and it's
You
look,
do your best.
it's a hot dog fold.
Okay.
So
Of course.
you're keeping
I
a
mean,
long
it
way.
starts with
I
a
would do
square,
that.
so it's
yeah, I would do the hot dog.
It's
fold.
a hot dog fold, and this is not going to work for Mr. Under through the legs over here.
Oh yeah.
It's
knuckle
Now,
water.
you imagine that your index finger
This is way
is
too
kind of
detailed.
like the hot dog, right? So
Okay.
the hot dog folded paper is now going across the index finger. You have a pretty good
Oh,
surface area,
okay.
and that thing is going to be the old chimney sweep. And you're going to get a very good extended wipe. And from one square, you can do a pretty good job.
So wait, oh my
I can
goodness.
100% unfortunately visualize everything you're
Oh
saying.
yes, this is extremely
Would you ever
awful.
I don't want to do
Okay,
this.
so no, here's my question.
I have a follow-up too.
Here's my
I'm not
question.
like a toilet paper
I just,
hoarder.
well, no, I thought you were like, I am an
We have
ultimate
12.
conservationist. I use one
My
square
family
of-
has 20 squares. Does yours only have 1 or 2?
right, yeah. So now, please tell me this is just last resort. This
Yes,
is running
of course.
low. Okay,
Of
well,
course this is
when,
last
when you got
resort.
that detailed, I was like, is this like the normal go-to?
No,
Here's the thing.
But it's happened on more than
If-
one occasion.
There
And
has
now
to
I'm
be
an
a
expert.
situation where you do the best you can. Mike, you get all the surface area you need. You take care of whatever you can.
Yeah.
And you're still realizing you are left wanting for more toilet
things
paper.
things can
Would
still be
you
muddy.
ever contemplate using the roll
Ooh, the actual cardboard roll and breaking it down? No.
What do you do
No.
with it afterwards?
No, I'd rather be.
You flush.
You can, Mister, I can
you
flush
let
a
it
pin.
soak.
I would rather be.
You can't flush the roll.
You definitely could flush a roll with enough. Let the moisture get into it.
I would rather be a muddy buddy than a bloody buddy.
Ooh, I like it.
And we're drafting.
The Spitballers Draft.
I like sitting down. I would like. It's not worth that.
Then
that
you might
extra.
as well not go to the bathroom in a Target or a Walmart or any public restroom because they will.
I try not to.
I mean, of all the money you spend on advertising, you can't. I will say this till the day I die. The one retail shop, hotel room, restaurant that commits to 3-ply will earn my loyalty for life, and I will buy an appetizer at your restaurant every time moving forward. Give
I'm
me
guessing,
something that makes me want to live.
I'm guessing you have never had to manage a chain of that size when you see the profit savings when you jump down to 1 ply.
Like Mike has.
Like Mike has. All right, Spitwads, are you the kind of person who falls asleep already thinking about that next morning's coffee? In fact, I'm such a routine with my coffee that I have to have it perfectly pre-made the night before. If I wake up and I got to make it that morning, oh no, I need to be drinking it instantaneously. Are you a coffee nerd? Or maybe you want to be. Or maybe you're a newbie. It doesn't really matter. Either way, you need to hear about Trade. Trade coffee is awesome, and it can take that at-home coffee life that's not living up to your expectations and take it through the roof. Mike,
I'd like to go through the roof.
burst through the roof with this coffee, Mike. They have a simple goal. They make your cup of coffee the best ever. You take a quiz, and it doesn't matter. Are you a drip, French press, whatever, cold brew? Take a quiz. They will hand select some amazing craft coffees. They'll send them to you. You try them. You grade them. They keep evolving your selection. It's awesome. For our listeners right now, Trade is offering your first bag free and $5 off your bundle at checkout. To get yours, go to drinktrade.com/ballers and use the promo code BALLERS. Take the quiz. Start your journey to the perfect cup. That's drinktrade.com/ballers, promo code BALLERS for your first bag free and $5 off your bundle. Enjoy. We are jumping into a draft. Today's draft idea comes from Jordan, and I guess it's been suggested by many others on Twitter. We talked about it at the top of the show. We have a new feature over on our Patreon. It's called the Spit Tank.
Mm-hmm.
If you support the show, you can submit all of your segment draft ideas over there. We look at those first for the show. Check that out, spitballerspod.com. Click the Become a Spitwad button. Today's draft, best sports movies. Best sports movies. Mike gets to kick it off. There are way more to choose from than you think there are.
There definitely are, and it's not simple.
No.
There are different
Genres.
types of sports movies.
Right. There's the inspirational.
Yes. The
and then
comedic.
There is the funny sport
Yeah.
movie.
The historical.
That's true.
And so it's extremely tough. I have the first pick though, and I figured out the one sports movie that I don't want to live without. Growing up, it was an incredible movie. It was a coming of age, but also very funny.
I'm sad.
It's about the game of baseball. I will be taking The Sandlot.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
man, that is really good. That's. I mean,
I have a couple I want here, but that's the one I can't live without.
That movie was purchased for our kids for Christmas last Christmas, and I hadn't seen it in years and years and years. And it was one of those movies that reminds me what we let movies get away with.
Oh yeah.
For 80s kids movies.
Yes, like I'm not I'm not showing my kids the movie.
No, I'm just saying
it's only for me.
It's a great movie.
It
So,
is.
but I
It's
get it.
just it reminds me of being a young lad at my birthday party.
So-
while watching the movie.
All right.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to go here. There's one that I think I'm definitely going to get with my fourth pick. I don't think either of you guys will take it. It was.
I would take it with your first pick to be sure.
No, I'm going to wait, and I'll scream at you if you take it. So I'm going to wait for that with my last pick.
Excellent foreshadowing.
Thank you. Since, look, sports movies, lots of different genres, lots of different sports. I got to go with football to get started.
Okay.
I want, football is what we're into right now, the Fantasy Footballers podcast. And I think that there's just, there's a couple classics. You could go a couple different ways. One of the biggest, best classics of all time, I've never seen. So I'm not going to take it. Instead,
How do you know it's a classic?
Oh, I know. It'll come up. I'll say it when one of you two drafts it, I'm sure.
He's talking about Air Bud.
No, I'm going to go with Remember the Titans. I mean, Remember the Titans.
Excellent. Not even on my list.
Just a great all-around movie.
Strong side. It's the Speechaholics favorite too, because you get to hear Denzel give about like 4 to 11 speeches. The Gettysburg speech in that movie. It's a very inspirational movie. I'm nearly certain you cried multiple times during that movie.
I usually do.
All right, so you're going to Remember the Titans. I guess I get 2 picks now, huh?
That is correct.
I love it.
That's how it works.
I love
It's
it.
the replacements.
I'm going to go with Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan, James Earl Jones.
If you build it.
Just a wonderfully, just a beautiful film. Love it.
All right.
And then for my second one, I'm going to go with Rocky.
That was the one I was hoping would get back to me.
It's too, yeah, I mean, Rocky is just
I didn't think
iconic. And
You didn't think of Rocky?
I assume that was the
No.
classic film you hadn't seen, Jason.
I didn't think no. I don't know why I didn't think of boxing as
No, we know why. You don't think boxers are athletes.
yes.
You don't think it's a real sport.
Yeah.
I was so caught up with
Hear that, boxers out there when you meet Jason?
boxers and burglars.
I think I figured out what his classic movie is now.
You think you know which one
Yeah,
I
it's
have
Cool
not seen?
Runnings.
Oh,
Bobsled Sports.
Dude.
That's your number one.
That is
Keep it cool over there, man. It may be on my list.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
my gosh.
Oh, it's so great.
It's a
John
great
Candy.
movie.
It is a great movie.
I don't disagree that it is an entertaining movie.
Oh man, I just thought of another great
You're
one.
on the clock, Jay. You can
I
take
know.
it.
No, I just thought of another great one that I have not seen. I've got 2 great
How
classic
is it a
movies.
great one if you've not seen it?
Because I hear you two talk about it all the time. You guys are always like, "Oh, this is so good." It won't hold up.
That
It
is
was
not a
good.
good impression.
That was
was a
an
great
audio
impression of
clip.
Andy.
We don't sound
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah, that was an audio clip.
All right, so Field of Dreams and Rocky, and it's back to Jason. Jason's furiously typing, trying to remember something here. You have taken Remember the Titans. You could probably take.
I'm going to compete with the Sandlot here.
Okay.
No.
I know. I'm so sad.
No.
I'm going to go with the growing up dream.
No.
The absolute, desire of every kid in the world. If you get a genie in a bottle,
Boo.
oh, I break my arm. I got to get that cast. I come back stronger. I'm the best pitcher in the world. Rookie of the year.
It was number 2 on my list.
It's if you got Sandlot and Rookie of the Year, it's not fair because those are like a certain genre within the sports genre of like the kids growing up movies.
You got no one at home can.
Oh, I
can
thought of a third grade.
No one at home can see this because it's happening in our show doc. But as Jason was giving the 19 different teases for what movie he was about to say with Rookie of the Year, Al Borland
Trying to guess.
thought it was a totally different movie and started writing it in.
I'm curious.
Well, we'll get there if it doesn't get drafted.
How did you think it was another movie? Of course it's Rookie of the
I
Year.
literally said broken arm.
Yeah.
Got healed up.
I erased it by that point.
Okay.
It was your intro about youth, essentially.
Let's just say Tony Danza was involved.
I thought of a third great sports movie that I have not seen that you guys love. I'm coming up with more
so you're
great
super
movies.
unqualified for this draft.
No, there's enough movies for all of us.
All right, Mike, you get a pair of picks.
As I'm going through this and thinking of and looking at sports movies, finding ones that that are my favorites. Football movies are just not doing it.
Yeah.
Football is my sport, and you'll tell from my picks, but I'm not the inspirational sports movies. I enjoy them, but they're not. Remember the Titans is not even on my list of
Field
favorites.
of Dreams, would that have been on your list?
But that's a baseball movie,
right.
And it's
Baseball movies are much better than the sport. They're
That's
great
fair.
movies.
All right. So I got my back-to-back picks, and I don't think a football movie is going to happen here, but I will my first pick here, which is technically my second pick. Emilio
Dang it.
Estevez. We're
Dang
going.
it.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. The Mighty Ducks will be selected by this guy.
Yeah, I'm so sad. That movie
Me
is...
and Charlie
yeah.
wanted to be my
Charlie
best friend.
Conway.
Hitting up with a triple D.
Goldberg.
Oh, man. There's so many.
The Mighty Ducks is spectacular. That's what I thought Jason was talking about.
So here's
before he got into
I would have
it.
been happy.
That is one of the three.
Oh, no.
That's one of the three.
You didn't get to
that
see it?
I never saw. I mean, I think
You
I've
didn't
seen,
see number 1 or number 2?
I don't think I've seen any of them.
Or
other
number
than,
3.
other
the
than
one we don't
scenes.
speak of.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Adam Banks. Let's go. Mighty
All right.
Ducks is spectacular. Are you taking both movies?
No.
Okay.
No, but that would be an interesting strategy.
It would.
No, I'm going to
he
take.
wants the now real quick before you make your pick. I just want to remind you, there's a great kicker out there.
I was going to say that I'll take the garbage
Tony
picking,
Danza.
field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon or whatever it's called. But That's not
Exactly.
actually my pick. Now I'm going to take another baseball movie. I'm going to take Major League.
Great
oh.
pick. Yeah, it's on my short list.
It is hilarious. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. I'm a big fan of Major League.
Yeah, Major League is very good. I love really over the top, slapsticky, funny
Yes.
movies, and you combine that with sports, it's great. And thankfully, you got the second
I mean,
best.
just a bit outside.
Oh, that's
I mean, come
so
on.
good.
How many times a day did we say that?
A lot. I'm going to go with the same genre. Okay, I am on the clock, right?
yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with the same genre, the slapstick, over the top, wacky sports, but mine's
Is it the football one?
It's not the football one.
All right.
It's not the baseball one. It's not the basketball one. It's not the hockey one. It's not the boxing one. It's the basketball one.
Oh, wow. You're going with basketball.
Dude, that movie,
At the time.
while inappropriate, is so funny.
Yes.
That movie
Uh,
is one of the super not classics that I also didn't see.
Yeah, don't.
Not going to.
I don't remember the last time I've watched that movie for fear of going. Oh,
I know.
I liked this movie when I was young.
Right,
I'm
I know.
embarrassed.
I have not seen it in a decade, so I'm sure, based on just
Life is spinning out of control.
just based on people growing up and becoming smarter and wiser. I'm sure if I watch this movie again, I'd be like, ooh,
Yes.
ooh. But I mean, that movie was one of the funniest movies I'd ever seen when it came out. I absolutely loved it. So I got I'm drafting the ones that speak to me.
All right.
Votes.
All right, I get 2 more.
Votes be
I
darned.
like having the double picks in this draft.
Yeah, it's
for
nice.
some reason. I'm gonna go. You guys have your rookie of the year,
I want you to
and
draft.
then you have your Mighty Ducks.
I want you to draft both of the ones I haven't seen.
I will draft one of them right now because I need my adolescent fun sports movie, and that is Space Jam.
There it is. That's 2. You got 2 of
Space
them.
Jam was spectacular. Bill Murray is in that movie. Many
Yeah,
of
you
the
have
most
to emphasize the Bill Murray
Yes.
because the rest of the movie is bad.
outstanding. As a kid who loved the NBA, all the actors being Barkley and Jordan and
Don't forget
Larry
Sean Bradley.
Johnson, Sean Bradley. And then I
That
will
didn't work out.
finish my picks out, Field of Dreams, Rocky, Space Jam, and I'll go with Rudy.
That's the other one. You have
Rudy was
Wow, we did it.
probably, it's got to be
It's not on my
known
list.
as one of the most inspirational movies of all time.
Right.
And a sports classic, and I loved it. And it was a great movie.
Look, all 3 of those came to my mind because I know they're like big hits.
Plus, Samwise Gamgee was in it.
The Mighty Ducks, Rudy, Space
Right?
Jam, but
He was.
Yes, he was.
Now, Frodo wasn't, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Frodo could have helped
Golem?
him out a little bit.
No?
Um,
So
Maybe. We
my
didn't-
final roster: Field of Dreams, Rocky, Space Jam, and Rudy. Feel good about it. All right,
I-
basketball. You get to finish it up.
man, I just thought of another movie that.
there any canoeing movies?
no.
Every time you. I just thought of another movie.
Well,
But they're
I mean,
all
this-
movies he's never seen.
No.
He's just-
I thought of another movie that I love, and so now there's 1 pick left and 2 great sports movies left. I regret my basketball pick because I would have taken these 2 movies over basketball, but I wasn't remembering A League of Their Own, which is
It's on my list.
so good. But I said at the beginning of this draft, I'm going to take with my 4th pick a movie that I just loved growing up. It was one of those, you know how there's always the movie that you snuck as a kid. Like the movie you were not allowed to see. You got told no.
Kids, don't listen to this.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs. Okay. And then it just, like, for some reason, it was on a certain channel, and you were able to see it. And I grew up, Andy, what did we grow up playing? I mean, our lives were centered around
Jacks.
Jacks. Jacks and, no, basketball.
High-stakes jacks.
High stakes Jacks.
Basketball, obviously.
I mean, basketball was life for me growing up.
Yeah, the weather was so nice in Arizona. We were out there playing basketball all the time.
And two of my favorite actors teamed up. I mean, Wesley
Oh,
Snipes.
Are you
great.
going
That's great
White
pick.
Man Can't Jump?
I'm going
That's a
White
great
Man
pick.
Can't Jump. That movie inspired
That was definitely a
me.
movie I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
Yeah.
It was
for good
too-
reason.
Well, I mean,
Children, don't
because,
watch it.
because we were kids. It just came out when we were too young. Like,
Yes.
it's
As all adult movies
right.
are.
It was made for grown-ups. But I saw this and I loved it, and I would always think that I'm Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Every time I'd go out to like a 3-on-3 tournament, I'd be like, I'd wear my super short shorts, and I'd just be trying to be the shark out there. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then the game starts.
Ooh, sandbagging.
Watch out.
I know Mike won't take this, and he's got the final pick. By the way, Jason's team, Remember the Titans, Rookie of the Year, Basketball, and White Men Can't Jump. He has selected more movies with more total words in the titles than all of us combined.
Impressive.
I mean, those are impressive. The Natural was one that I was going to
yes.
bring up.
You are
which-
correct. I would not be taking
But
it.
you guys weren't going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. That's a Robert Redford movie. You probably never even heard of him.
Oh.
Based
know
on
who
your
Robert
modern
Redford is.
references. But that movie has some sick music.
It has good music?
The song, the Natural song when he hits that home run
Oh.
is iconic.
What's the song?
You can play it. It's a
well, we can't right now.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
How about
I hit a home run. I hit. No, that's
how about Blue Chips? Can I? I loved that.
Is that
movie.
Penny Hardaway?
That was Shaq,
Yeah.
Penny.
Yeah. I never saw it.
What?
No.
Oh
Man.
That's
the
the one-
air up there.
I was going to
did
bring it
see that.
up.
Is that Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
That's what the guy that he brought over, and they, he
Yes.
pretends like he doesn't know how to play basketball, and then he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Man.
a video rental that I can remember.
All right.
Mike is sitting here going, "Do I really take Mighty Ducks 2?"
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
Mike
no.
is staring down.
No, there are two movies that I am considering. What's hard though, is I mean you want the drafts to be fresh
Right.
and new,
Tin Cup.
and I've in fact already drafted this movie before.
Wow.
But I'm going to do it again because
Yeah.
I'm going to take Happy Gilmore.
That's
Booyah!
fine. That's fine.
It's a
That's
sports
fine.
movie. Yes, one of the best comedies of all time.
It's really great because if you look at Mike's team, it 100% follows what he said. He is not.
Yes.
He's not able to be inspired by anything.
No.
It's the Sandlot,
Miracle,
Mighty Ducks,
more like Schmiracle.
Major League, and Happy Gilmore.
Wow, that was
That's
his whole
all
team.
comedy.
I'm
So,
not gonna lie.
It's
I like
ironic
those movies.
when you say best sports movies. It's like those are not what I think of,
Look,
but they're very good movies.
I was burgled. I really wanted to go Sandlot Rookie of the Year to open it up.
Well,
which
but
are
that still
both
would've-
not
that still would have been
inspirational sports
exactly-
movies.
Still.
In my defense, I wanted to take another non-traditional sports movie.
Yes.
But the other movie I was thinking of, which I haven't gone back, and I got a little basketball scared, but Kingpin was
so good.
was so great at the time, but I don't know how it holds up with the way I view life now.
Yeah,
Caddyshack.
there are. Yeah, Caddyshack is probably one that a lot of people.
Caddyshack. Oh, they're yelling right now. The Caddyshack truthers. They're
Most
out there.
people out there are yelling at Hoosiers not being drafted, but I never saw Hoosiers.
You know what I say?
Hoosiers.
Good luck.
schmoozers.
Let's see. There you go.
Thank you.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
What did we learn today?
I learned that Mike has a very strategic one-square hot dog chimney sweep that has served him well in life, and I've
it's-
really learned
May it serve you all well as it has served
as you move
me.
forward.
I
Now, that's
learned,
risky business though, because if you do happen to slip the finger out, you could be with
Yes.
it could be a finger wipe.
Yes, it could. Which,
And if the ply isn't thick enough, it could be a finger wipe.
like,
There's
I didn't-
risks.
I didn't say it was safe, but I said it was effective if
Okay.
it performed with 100% accuracy. I learned that the The burgling demographic, they are not represented well.
Underserved.
People
yes.
think bad things about those who burgle.
And
I know.
I learned just how much fun I have with the thought of ruining everyone's yawns in New York City, shouting, "Run it!"
I would have more respect for burglars if they went back to their roots. With the
Like a cat burglar?
yeah, they need to be
The
in,
black
in the
eye
full
mask.
outfits with a bag, like with a big burlap sack.
That has a money sign on it?
If you have that money sign burgle bag, you can fill it with as much as you want, and
Yeah.
I will give you that permission.
Now, in fairness,
You can't go beyond the bag though. Put whatever you want in the bag and
Right.
get out.
They had a code back then.
Absolutely.
An honor.
I think it just got hard to get away with it. I think what happened was people were like, dude, that guy's up to no good. I'm pretty confident that guy's going to burgle somebody.
Well, or was it that, or was it the Hamburglar?
oh,
When he broke on the scene, did that ruin it for everyone?
I just think that clearly they're not tiptoeing around enough because you said hard to get away with it, but they would be able to get away with it if they tiptoed.
Why when you tiptoe, does it make that sound? Yeah, that's not sneaky at all.
No, it's like an alert.
Check out SpitballersPod.com if you want to become an official member of the Spitwads. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers Podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.